want to start just from the basics. I think a lot of people that are part of the collab community are going through some type of career transition and have maybe been in a job for quite a while and are now exploring what's next. So I'd love to know what makes someone a prime candidate to start consulting, and how would they take those first steps?
That is such a great question. It's a very broad question, so I'm going to answer it the shortest way I know how. Okay. Number one, you have to want to be your own boss. That's the foundation of being a consultant. It's the main drive is to be able to go out and build something on your own. That's for you. We've all spent decades helping other people build businesses, helping other people get wealthy, while we have no piece of the upside. We have, you have a set salary, you hope to get a promotion, there's just not much upside on those types of jobs. And especially in fashion or beauty, where the pay scales are just so low compared to other industries. Like I worked in private equity, for example, and I got paid a lot when I worked full time. And yet it's not like I was doing anything that different or special than what all of you do in fashion or retail or beauty, yet I was paid like 3 times what my friends in that industry were being paid. So you have to have that desire for autonomy and ownership of your own business, and you have to have somewhat of a risk tolerance. It's not full-time employment. However, I will say that I think betting on yourself is a much better investment than betting on full-time employment or betting on a company to employ you. So I would argue that consulting is actually less risky, but I know that a lot of times people decide to stay in their corporate jobs because they feel like they just don't have the risk tolerance to go out on their own. And then I'd say one of the most important factors when you're deciding to be a consultant is your network, because your network is really the foundation of how you build your client pipeline. So if you're somebody that either that you're not well liked in your industry, maybe people, you don't have a lot of friends and colleagues that you've hung out with over the years, maybe you've burned some bridges, maybe you were the type of person who's kind of sat in your cubicle and just kept your head down, and you didn't build a good network. Those people are not, they can still go out and consult, but they're not as primed to, they're not as positioned for success as much as the people who do have colleagues and networks that they can leverage to build that initial pipeline.